defensively, obviously we got to be a lot better than we were. And they put a lot of pressure on you. You got to be able to close. Sometimes the initial shot we were able to get to, and then we ran in, the ball went long over our heads. So defensively, yeah.
What did you make of Kale's defense on Tatum? Did you give any thoughts?
Well, yeah, Tatum is going to be, a problem. He's a great player. You got to try to, guard him with your team. You're not guarding him individually. So we're a compilation of things that we have to, we gave him, some different looks, but we got to do it a lot better.
Did you think communication lacked at times, specifically in the first half? Seems like
Yeah, indecision, so that has the communication, indecision, effort, second, third effort. When you play a team like that, you got to scramble and you got to fly around. Like one effort's not going to be enough. It's got to be a second, third, fourth effort. You have to have high hands. You have to, you got to be into the ball pretty good, and then you have to be moving on the flight of the ball. And so if you do that, and they still have the ability to make. And some of the shots that he made were tough shots that he made, and he's got that capability. They mathematically it's going to be hard to win that game. They 29 threes, made 60. They took. We shot a high enough percentage, but we the 3-point game. Mathematically you're not winning that.
Obviously, they're really good getting the threes up. What do you guys have to do differently to kind of?
Well, probably a combination. When you look at how they get them, there's transition, there's dribble penetration, there's the pick and roll, and there's the long rebound, which you have to chase down. And that's what I was saying. The second, third, fourth effort is required, and then your body position is important, and then you have to challenge them. Each one of those shots has to be challenged.
What do you think about Carly defensively against them?
It's not like one guy. Obviously, we have to do a lot better. So, we'll look at the film and look at the adjustments that we need to make.
That's a Celtics team that's been together for I don't know how many years. You guys just assembled this team. Was any part of you bracing for this team to show their cohesion against you guys?
Well, I think when you shoot the way they shoot, and the numbers tell you how great their offense is, and so you have to go in the game with the awareness of it's going to require great effort on every play, great concentration. So we knew that going in, and you have to be strong, defensively, but you also have to be strong offensively, and so that's probably the biggest thing.
Was that disappointing to you that second, third, fourth effort wasn't there consistently?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, and again, I think you have to have the appropriate reaction to it. I think it's disappointing that we didn't play better, but I'm not disappointed in our team. So tomorrow we, take a look at what we did, what we have to fix, get back to work. Every game reveals things to you. Sometimes you do things well, sometimes not as well as you need to, but understand why you either have won or why you've lost, and then take the necessary steps to move forward.
What about OG? You said he didn't seem to have the typical impact that he has out there tonight.
Yeah, well, the challenge that you have is, they have Tatum and Brown, so and they're involved in a lot of the action, so you're concerned about that, but they also can spread you out with the way White plays, and then of course Holiday and how they play off that, and so and again the first and third we didn't play well.
With Deuce, the way he played tonight, is any part of you surprised whatsoever at how just he's been able to impose his will offensively the way he has been?
No, he's a great worker. He continues to get better. He can score the ball a lot of different ways. He's very good off the dribble, very good catch and shoot. So he continues to improve.
Two questions. One, what went through your mind when you were handed your ring? And two, what did the court taste like?
Blood. Maybe I wish it did. Well, When I got the ring, I don't know. This thing's too big. I don't know why is it so big and I'm never going to wear it. But it's cool to have. It's kind of what I thought. Yeah, I was more fascinated by the banner because, you know, I come in here every afternoon and take a look at those. And they represent so much. And so the banner was the highlight for me because it represents a lot of things that go into it. And the rafters have a life of their own in this building. And so it was cool. That moment was the coolest.
Joe, one of the curiosities for us was how was your team going to respond first game out after the championship, after raising the banner, the ring, the quote-unquote distractions, and you went and kind of dominated every margin along the way. So what was most impressive to you about what your team did?
It's a credit to them. I mean, the character and the mindset that those guys have. But I think, again, the word distraction, it can be good or bad. And we talked about it yesterday as a team that this is a good distraction as long as we focus on what led to this. This banner was a byproduct of our toughness, their mindset, the details, the execution, the effort, togetherness, all those things. So as we're going through this ring ceremony, cherish it and focus on the process of what goes into that. And I thought the guys did a great job of that, but it's who they are. And that's why I have innate trust and confidence in who these guys are. But it was impressive to go from that to that. But if you look at it the way we want to, they're the same thing. The ring ceremony and the game are the same thing because the intangibles there are the details, are the execution, are the effort, are the togetherness and the toughness. And so we were able to carry on those intangibles from there to there, and that's kind of the goal, you know?
Joe, you've got to be giddy with how you guys responded. Like that team in the other locker room wanted to make a statement. National TV, they wanted to show that they can compete with you, and you smoked them off the floor in the first quarter. Like that has to make you, that ultimate challenge has to make you excited as much as you're not looking too excited right now. You've got to be excited with the response.
I mean, I'm proud of the guys. It's the right mindset. I'm proud of that. But at the end of the day, if we were to lose this game, we have to, tomorrow and Thursday, have to approach it the same way. And so we won it. We did what we were supposed to do. I was proud of the way they responded from ring ceremony to the game. We have to take the details and the execution of the margins that we put in. And this result does not matter once we wake up tomorrow morning. But the biggest thing I'm proud of is the mindset of the guys. We weren't stuck in the past. We were able to transition from what got us to where we were to where we're trying to get to with the intangibles. And they came out, and it was a great start. And we were physical on defense, and we played together on offense. And it's a credit to them.
Joe, two-part question. A, what does the banner kind of encapsulate to you, as obviously you're working towards this for so long? And B, championship teams in the past have talked about a night like this kind of being a closure on the previous championship season. How do you view that? Do you go beyond it, or do you take what you accomplished with you?
Again, I said this a few times. Like, I don't mean to discredit the past, but it's not closure because what the things that we replicated, we're trying to replicate the process of winning. So like, it's not about the past as like from the standpoint of like the result, but what we do want to constantly focus on is like the process of winning. We were able to get to the highest pinnacle of that by the way we played on both ends of the floor for a long extended period of time, over 100 games. That's what we're trying to do now. So it's not about forgetting that. You just can't stay attached to the result of that, but we should constantly be reminding of ourselves of what we were able to replicate over the course of a 9-month season with our consistency and the toughness and the mindset that we have, and that's what we're trying to build on. And so we just can't get stuck in the result of it. But it's one game. It's one game. It's a great start, but we got a lot of work to do.
Hey, Joe. You're someone who takes a lot of motivation from the outside world, from what you read, you watch, you're listening to. Is there anything in the off season that stuck with you that you brought in to the team this year?
Nothing in particular. I think more just kind of what we talked about here is like, the attachment towards a result versus the process of what you're trying to accomplish. And I never want our guys to forget what we've accomplished in the past. We just can't stay attached to the result of it. We have to constantly focus on the intangibles that went into the process of winning and replicate those over and over and over again. And credit to the guys, they did that tonight, and we got to make that decision, for however long we get to play.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.